Alright, let's see how good this PC port is, actually. First thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to the options menu real quick, go to the display settings. As you can see, you have all the proper resolution settings. You can actually go to full screen if you wanted to. You can go all the way up to 1920 by 1080, which actually looks quite nice. I wasn't entirely sure if they'd be able to do that because this game is a few years old. You have anti-aliasing, you can display your FPS, there's bloom effects. It's pretty decent, better than I was expecting from a fighting game. A whole bunch of different configuration options. I haven't actually tried the keyboard yet. I'm not entirely sure if that works very well, but it's actually really good. Let's see how it runs. Let's go right into the story mode real quick. As you see, I've actually played a little bit of this. You can see I played through Ragnar's story twice. I got 2 different endings. Let's just go into it, and I can show you the story mode real quick. This seems to be recording fairly well with fraps too. It seems to be fairly well optimized. You can skip all this. It's just text. Let's see how the game actually runs.
What a drag.
One thing I don't like is you can't actually skip the scenes. You actually have to fast forward through them like this, which is a little bit weird. You have no option but to just sit here and wait through it, which is not entirely optimal, but it gets the work done. It's better than not being able to skip it at all, I guess. No, I don't need a save now. And there's Rachel. I do like the character design and the art style and everything in this game is fantastic. Oh, and the music. Ugh. So far has been really good. You actually pre-order this on Steam for $10. It comes with all the soundtrack, which is really nice. Now, this is not going to be the best played game. I am very bad at fighting games, especially when complicating, but let's see how we can do right here. One thing I have figured out is that each character seems to be fairly unique, in that every time I use my sword, I actually gain a little bit of health. I guess I'm like a vampire or something, I don't know, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but it's a pretty nice effect. I've seen that this girl can actually like control wind and has like a cat. It's pretty cool so far. I don't know what the difficulty is, I actually never changed the difficulty, but there we go. You see those little red orbs flying?
Hey,
that's
Rat, you better hope I never see you button into human affairs again.
yeah.
Madam Rachel?
Oh, Falkenheim.
The story is pretty unique. I'm not entirely sure if I'm missing something, but when I played through this before, I was completely lost. Don't know if there's like a book before you have to read. I don't know, but I had no idea what was going on. It's still fun though. Yeah, this thing. Ragnar the Blood Angels Arkune. I think I said that right, Arkune. Now look at the design. It's pretty. Is he like he's like dripping or something. I don't know what's up with that, but see if we can do this. Give him a little bit of this. I will say the combat feels very fluid so far. That's pretty much the only combo I'll be able to figure out so far, though. You can always grab enemies with triangle and circle. You can also do get them. Oh, you can actually do it in midair. That was actually a bit of a surprise to me. There's different special abilities you can do, like this right here. I'm not entirely sure what it does. I think it just increases my damage, but you can do something else while you're in here. But I haven't actually seen it yet so far. But it's pretty cool. Maybe it'll like increase my health, leech. Some of this. Oh, that's pretty nice. Now here is one interesting part right here. I haven't actually seen this at all aside from this one time. And this actually drastically changes the story. One you go and see like a cat lady, one you just kind of skip to the end. I think the canon option is the second one.
Damn it, are you blind?
I do like how it's fully voiced. It's pretty nice. Now we don't really need to save this. We'll just do it on it. I don't even know if you... Because I died once before and didn't even give me the option to continue. I had to load my game, so I don't know if I die, maybe I lose everything. I guess we'll see. I'm probably going to die. Countaka. She's an interesting character, to say the least. She's very agile. Oh, here we go. Quit blocking. I like these particle effects. They're really nice. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can show you the special ability. I was reading about it in the training options a little while ago, but I haven't actually done it so far. Oh, actually didn't even do that. I'm also kind of spamming right now. I am not getting enough at this game to be able to know what I'm doing exactly, but, you know, it gets the job done. It works.
That was...
There we go. Essentially, we're just fighting over who buys lunch. The story can be kind of ridiculous, and I'm not entirely sure how it follows up, but, you know, it's kind of enjoyable to watch. Again, with the crazy character designs. Don't know why he doesn't just want to put on a shirt, but, you know, it'll work.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
Okay.
Action!
It's interesting how it says like Rebel 1 instead of like Match 1. I don't know, is that like Japanese for Match 1? I have no idea. There we go. I do remember I played this a little bit, very limited play on the PlayStation 3 a long time ago. I do remember like some of the characters were quite a bit different. There was like a blue ice guy, I think his name was Jin. Like he could shoot ice blast and freeze the enemy. It was really annoying, but it was actually kind of cool. He's one of my best characters. Him and Ragnar, they're the only ones who I actually put any time into, so I'm not entirely sure how the other ones play.
How could this?
It's probably just because I suck too much, but a couple of the characters seem a little bit overpowered, but, well, no, that's probably just my experience, my inexperience talking. They're probably pretty balanced. Fighting into one of those genres, you really don't want to talk about balance unless you actually know what you're talking about, and I really do not.
The wheel of fate is
All I know is I
turning.
die a lot to the final boss,
Rebel
and this
1.
guy actually.
Action!
This is the first guy who actually killed me. I don't know if the difficulty changed though, because last time I actually chose the other mode. Like you fight him, by other mode I mean when they gave you that option where you're fighting Arakune. It kind of just skips you forward to this fight. It skips over the whole Tao Kaka arc, which is a little weird. Maybe that's why I feel so out of place. I'm not entirely sure. I always managed to block that one. That's pretty nice. I feel like I can bounce the enemy. It's pretty cool. It gives me like an ultimate ninja vibe. Of course, whereas that game had one attack button, this game has like a lot. Oh, it's actually pretty even so far. It's not too bad. All right, let's see if I can do this. Yes, this is the one I was talking about. Distortion. I guess that's what it's called, the distortion move. But they are pretty sweet.
What's going on?
Oh, because he refers to himself as like the Grim Reaper or something like that. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. This cat thing. Very interesting aesthetic styles. Yeah, and then here you're in a diner. You're trying to run away. I don't really know how it leads up. And then it's just the end. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. Each character has separate story arcs, though, so maybe it explains more in different stories. I wish it was just one kind of complete story. And then, of course, you have this training mode right here. I don't know. This is just the opening. It's not even the training mode. I don't know how to unlock the rest of the training, but it's kind of interesting.
Booby lady!
Huh.
This
They put an awful
episode
amount of work in this.
Teach me, Booby lady! Is not related to the actual game.
No, it's Teach Me, Miss Lychee.
Most of what you see here is fiction within fiction.
Yeah.
And as such, it has no bearing on the
fully
actual
voiced
story
all
or
of
canon
this.
of BlazBlue.
Add like an
Wow.
entirely separate storyline.
Well,
It's really interesting because they have Tao Kaka is, you know, she's the cat chick that
Thank
we
you.
found before, and she's supposedly really dumb.
Anytime.
And it's like, hey, let's just train you how to fight. Well, you know, it's actually training the player. It's actually pretty nice connection, which is quite funny, I
hey,
would say.
Booby lady! I came to visit.
Of course, she
Well,
always
hello.
makes fun of Lychee has the huge breasts, so it's just.
I'm here on an...
Let's see.
Oh, that's weird.
Could you raise Tao Kaka into a
Yeah.
fine vigilante?
We don't need to see the rest of this.
I have no-
This is a very long cutscene, which is why I'm surprised at how much work. I mean, look, they just drew the entire thing and everything. Well, I guess it's not quite as long as I thought, but since it's fully voiced, that will go on for another minute or two. Yeah, all in all, it's actually really solid. We have the gallery stories, score attack. One thing of note is that there is no online multiplayer in this version because when it was it was originally released like 3 years ago, and it had Games for Windows Live. So since Games for Windows Live shutting down, they didn't actually patch the game, so you can't play online. You can play offline, no problem, with 2 players. I don't have a second controller or keyboard or whatever plugged in, so I can't show you that, but it's working just fine. I suppose if you really want to, you could probably use like Hamachi or something like that, but At the price, I mean, right now it's $8 on Steam. It's 20% off. It'll be full $10. You know, it's not that bad. I'd probably give it a recommendation. I really hope that they bring the rest of the games to Steam. Geez, are there like 5 of the games now? I don't know. I'd probably buy every single one. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.